So let's now look at an overview of this interface. First of all, you will see the screen in a similar method as here. It's to bring the Mac version in line with the iOS iPad version. First of all, notice on the left-hand side here we have the libraries, and what we are seeing is all the events that are currently categorized by iMovie, all of the projects that are currently categorized by iMovie. In this area here on the left is the browser, and that browser is representing the particular event that we're looking at here. This event's called Jackson. And at the bottom here we have the project that's related to that event. And at the right hand side here you will see the viewer, and this viewer represents the frame that you're either selecting in the timeline at the bottom here, or the frame that you're selecting in the browser, in the events browser. The content library, you have your transitions, and we'll go into those in details obviously later. Your titles, maps and backgrounds, your access to iTunes, and also any sound effects that you may have in your library. That's the total of the interface. There's a lot of information hidden behind here that we will go through in detail throughout this tutorial. We can hide the libraries, that's the normal library here at the top, and the content library, so that you have more working space. So that gives you a quick overview of what the interface looks like. In the next lesson we will look in more detail at how the library works here, and then we'll go to the browser and look in detail there. We'll also look in the project area and the timeline and see how that works. We'll look at how we edit and adjust our clips once they are edited from the event library into the timeline. We will also look at how we adjust various controls like the color, tones, cropping, stabilizing, audio controls, and video effects. This version of iMovie but has certainly aligned it in some ways very close to Final Cut. The nice grey interface is similar to Final Cut, and surprisingly a number of the Final Cut shortcuts to edit from the browser to the timeline and to adjust clips within the timeline, so many of those shortcuts are retained and make it easy for someone who's moving down from Final Cut to do quick edits in iMovie. It's a much cleaner interface, and it certainly is a much faster workflow. Of course, the simplified interface for version 10 of iMovie on the Mac brings it in line with the iPad version, and the benefits there are that you can edit in both environments and be using the same facilities and have the same look and feel.